Session management testing. As I mentioned before, HTTP is a stateless protocol. So what does that mean exactly? It just means that at least two consecutive requests to the same domain are not associated by the web server. So web servers cannot bind these requests and perform user-based tasks. To accomplish this, web servers set cookies to the related HTTP responses by adding the set cookie header. And here, cookies can store unique session information for each user to interact with the application. So, the application can differentiate between users based on these unique session identifiers. So that's why session management is one of the core components of a web application. And we strongly need it. It's essential. It helps to control, maintain, and follow the state of the users, or any other entity that interacts with the application. So session management broadly covers anything from how the user authentication is performed, all the way to what happens to them until they log out. So in this section, we're going to examine cookies in great detail and then cover some of the necessary session controls. Then we're going to continue with two very popular session management vulnerabilities: session fixation and cross-site request forgery. Okay? So let's dive right in. Now, you of course know what cookies are and what they're used for. I don't want to, add something else to the definition. So when a web server sets a cookie with a set cookie header, it can also add some other parameters to that header. And we can assume that they are part of the configuration and security parameters of the cookie, right? So with these parameters, a web server can define the cookie policy of the application. So each of these cookie attributes can impact the application security. Make sense? So the next couple of lessons, we're going to cover cookie attributes. So open Kali and log into BWAP and enable Foxy Proxy. Then open HTTP only cookies from the drop-down menu. Now when you click on the hack button, Burp will get the first request. And that's what we're looking at here. So let's forward it, and it will redirect us to the associated page. So forward it again. And then the browser automatically requests the redirected page. Forward it. Okay, so this is the response that I want to capture. Here, the application sets another cookie, top security, with the value no. And also there are some other parameters for that cookie. It has expire and path parameters. So expires tells the browser the point in time when the cookie is not valid. This parameter causes the browser to store the cookie into persistent storage until the specified date value that was set. It is used to define the persistent cookies, and it is reused in subsequent browser sessions until the expiration date is reached. So if this attribute is not set, the cookie is used only in the current browser session. And a path tells the browser for which path this cookie is valid. So the path parameter is used for locking down the cookie to a particular path on the server. If the domain specified is app.com and the path is set to /mail, the cookie would only be sent to the pages inside app.com/mail, okay? And top security is valid for all the application's directories. Okay, so forward it, disable interception, and go to the browser. Now the developer prepares a simple page to watch how cookies behave. So click the Cookies button to see your current cookies. All right, so we have 3 cookies with these values. And if you click here, the JavaScript alert code will execute and show the cookies. So what we're looking at here is 3 of the cookies are shown in the alert message. Now enable burp interception. Okay, and let's change the level to medium and forward the request. And the level's changed. So I'm going to forward until I see a new cookie. Okay, and there is a new cookie here. It's the same name, but with a value, maybe. Expire and path parameters are still present. And there is one more parameter, HTTP only. So this parameter is set to mitigate the risk posed by cross-site scripting attacks, since it does not allow the cookie to be accessed via a client-side script such as JavaScript. So if this attribute is set, the cookie cannot be directly accessed via client-side JavaScript, right? All right, so forward the response and go to the page. Now click to see cookies. So we have 3 cookies again. All right, so click to view with JavaScript. And you see the top security cookie is not in the message now, because JavaScript cannot reach HTTP-only cookies. So this is true. There is no exploit in the browser and the server software. Now, there's not a significant difference if you go to high level. So I'm just going to view the code, go to terminal, open up this page, scroll down a little bit. All right, so here's the code. The setCookie function defines the cookie with its attributes. The latest parameter in the argument specifies HTTP only, and it's set for medium and high level, in case you were doubting me earlier. But the high level is different only because of the expiration value. All right, so let's now look at another important parameter.